Preview.
You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You're silly. You know what it is. You know who it is. It's The Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the talk of the 219. We are the hottest talk in sports. You know who's in the building. It's a full house today, baby. We've got Rich Sizzle, Jay Sizzle, I'm G Sizzle. We are here to bring the hottest information. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get a PlayStation 5. Does anybody have a window I can climb through?
Okay. On that note, let's get ready to hit everybody with what we come to do. When we come to do it all the time, we come to hit you with a hot 5 and 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the hot 5 and 5 here, presented by no one yet, but it will be the Sizzle's hot 5 and 5.
Yeah, we need a sponsor, y'all. Let's somebody out there.
When we need it immediately. And remember, if you have not hit the like, subscribe, and share button, please feel free to do so. Remember, you can find us anywhere at Iron Skillet Sports. That's where you can find us. That's where you can find the content. Make sure you hit the notification button so that you get brand new content as it comes out. So hot 5 and 5, gentlemen, Chris Paul erupts for 41 points as the Suns eliminate the Clippers in advance to the 2021 NBA Finals. Guess who'll be watching it at home on the couch with his pudding pop in his mouth, and he's gonna do it. Yes, Chris Paul. Oh man. Yes, he's advancing, and it's going to be great. Oh, we're going to talk about it in a minute. Oh, we got so much to talk about. This is going to be a fun show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not realized, the Lightning have taken a 2-0 series leads over the Canadiens with a 3-1, and I mean, it was down to the wire, last second puck. Woo, hot baby. They're getting ready to defend game 2, and they went in, and now looks like the Lightning are going to defend their stance and being cup champions once again. They're unstoppable. They're undroppable. And at least no one's fondling them. But we'll talk about the Blackhawks later.
Oh.
What?
Number 3 on the hot 3 and 3, the Blackhawks are reportedly considering
the hot 3.
Trading Duncan Keith. Now, here's the thing.
Duncan
God. Wants to go to Canada to be closer to his family. But at the same time, the Blackhawks are also getting back Jonathan Toews, who just told everyone that he had a chronic immune response syndrome diagnostics. I don't know what all that means, but it does mean that he was stressed out and he couldn't do it no more. And he just set out the whole year.
What do you have?
I can't do no more.
Does that mean you have COVID or something?
Yeah.
Is that like advanced COVID?
I think it's maybe
COVID?
Yeah, it's like a pre-COVID. It's like COVID if I'm stressed out. It's like, don't touch me. My immune system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. Number 4 on the hot 5 and 5, the Mississippi State. Ooh, they're the Mississippi Bulldogs. You gotta say it like that. Bulldogs. They win there. Well, yeah. Mississippi. They win their first World College Championship. That's right. First title ever. They beat Vanderbilt, and I mean they beat them like a drum. 9-0. And look, the question is now with Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was on a roll. They were getting ready to do a 2-peat, and they got robbed of that from COVID last year when everything in 2019 got shut down. So was poor Vanderbilt robbed of their chance to make history? We don't know. But we do know Mississippi has now won a championship, and everybody's going to be a bulldog. Bulldog. That's how they do it. Number 5 on the hot 5 and 5 is the White Sox. Yes, they're back to hitting. They're back to swinging. They're back to doing things they should have been doing the whole time as they beat the Twins 13-3. And hey, man, their bats have come alive for all these homers. Can the White Sox keep this going, or was this just a tantalizing tease to their futility in the future. Who knows? But we do know that the White Sox are getting some players back. Robert will be back soon. And now maybe offense can get to rolling, and maybe the Southside Bombers can bomb everybody else. But you know what we got to do? We got to get to the show because it's time for reaction. Oh, yeah. It's reaction time. Suns, Clippers, reaction. Gentlemen, I'm going to leave the floor open to you wonderful gentlemen to talk about old man Chris Paul. I'm not talking about old man Logan. This is old man Chris Paul, who had a career playoff 41-point eruption. He had like a basketball eruption. He did it all over the court. He erupted on everybody. He was like Patrick Beverly. And he went over, he said, hey, polyester P. Take that. And then whoever else was there, he was just like, I'm Chris Paul. Feel me roar. Oh, he did it all over everybody. And right in the face. So, gentlemen, how do we feel about Suns Clippers?
I think Chris Paul, we finally understand why he's called CP3. Did you see how he was just letting them go? I mean, there was no like rattling of the rim, little, give and go. No, that ball was going in. It was like there was a missile and it was on target and it was just sinking. I was like, did Steph Curry come and give him a pep talk before the game, say, hey, you got to do this, this, and that? I mean, that was one of the greatest shooting performances I've seen of Chris Paul in a long time. We know he has a good 10, 15-foot range, but it was like he couldn't miss yesterday. He says, hey, I'm going to these finals. Isn't this like his first finals?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
First
like
time getting out of the Western Conference.
Long time coming, but I'm coming.
So, Jay, let me say this, man. There was a lot of talk about Chris Paul from Game 5. They say, Chris Paul, how could you let this team do that? Oh, they sucked. You didn't put this team on your back. You didn't you didn't will them to a championship. LeBron would have willed them to a championship. Mike would have willed them to a championship. But he did it. He did 41. Something has been wrong with Devin Booker since the face smash. I mean, I don't know how hard it is to play with a broken face as a basketball player. That could probably be somewhat difficult. A little bit. But I know Chris Paul was able to saddle up the horses and get it going. So is he now, Jay, in the words of Big Kendrick Perkins, is he now the most important player in this basketball series? Is he the one? Is he the one man right there that's more important than everybody? Max Kellerman. I'm sorry, that's Jay, not Max Kellerman. So no, he's not.
No, because the Suns have shown that they can win without him.
Oh,
they've shown that Devin Booker can take this team if he needs to with the surrounding cast and go put it on somebody. We've seen Devin Booker, although he's got the crooked nose going on right now, he ain't Pretty Boy Floyd like he used to be. But we know he can erupt, and we've seen this team do this. This is the first time we've seen CP3 erupt. He has shot 24 times attempts in only one other game in 123 playoff games. Nobody saw CP3 going for 41. You could have went to Vegas on that one. And will we ever see CP3 go for 41 again? I don't think so. I think this was a one-off. I think CP3 is your ultimate point guard, a la Jason Kidd, a la the old school guys, a la Oscar Robertson, that they're looking to pass first and get their shot up second. For whatever reason, CP3 got a chip on his shoulder, a burr under his saddle, and he started letting it fly. And I think a lot of that has to do with Patrick Beverly talking trash early, especially when he crossed CP3 and then he come back talking that trash. And I think CP3 just had enough. And he got up there and he started getting up shots. Why? Because they were leaving him wide open. He had 2 or 3 3-pointers where nobody was around. I mean, nobody was in the same zip code. They were daring him to shoot it. The ball was falling. I don't think he's the most important guy. Is he the glue for this team? Yes. Is he? And you also got to ask too, did COVID have a problem with CP3 when he first got back? Are there some remnants? Even though they say you can have COVID and not show symptoms, you showing symptoms, that means you're not in the hospital. That don't mean that your breathing's not going well, that you don't have aches and pains, something. And I guarantee you, if he had any problems going on, as long as he could breathe, he was going to get back to this team because this is his last chance to get a championship. I don't care how. He doesn't want to be Charles Barkley. He doesn't want to sit up there with all these guys with a championship and they put him at the kids' table. So this is a guy who is super important. He wants to get the turkey leg if he can get it at the table of the champions. But is he the most important player on this team? No, because if Devin Booker goes down, it's a wrap.
Okay. Well, let's jump around a little bit. Let's do a little rapid fire since we can do that. That's the sizzle. We can do that. We can make it hot. We can make it sizzling. So let's do a little rapid fire. All right, rapid fire. Let's see how this works. So you get a rape charge, but it really wasn't a rape charge because you settled out and now you said, I didn't rape her, but I made, we paid for some stuff that happened. So now you become head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers.
Oh my goodness.
And now everybody's mad that you head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. They want you and Bill Cosby locked up together. So, gentlemen, how do we feel about Chauncey Billups becoming the new head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers? Because obviously Dame Dollar doesn't want to holler. So, I mean, now we got a situation about Chauncey coming in and possibly Dame going out. Is this even real, or is this just something? Is this a early April Fool's? Well, late.
Isn't Chauncey Billups actually coaching in the NBA right now?
Sure.
As of this past season, wasn't he assistant coaching on one of their premier franchises in the league?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think they vetted him and did all the processes that need to be to have him be able and eligible to be able to coach in the NBA? This is all a moot point. Absolutely a moot point. You might as well say, well, hey, man, what about when Chauncey took all them cats and put them in a bag and stuck them in the water and drowned them all?
Oh.
Wow. Did Chauncey Billups actually? Wow. What exactly? No, it doesn't matter. He's been cleared of it. He's been taken care of. It's been done. Why are you trying to bring garbage up that ain't there? That's my whole point about that. Why are you bringing garbage up? No. Look.
Because even though you took out the trash, you still had garbage.
Oh, so there's a lot of garbage around.
But once you pay your penalty or you've been found presumed innocent or you paid your fine or whatever it is you've done, and everybody else has deemed that you're okay to be in the position that you're in, then why is somebody else questioning that unless they just don't want using this as a opportunity to get out of where they are? Maybe they think if Chauncey Billups is coming there, maybe he can't lead this team to win a championship. I can see that. Just come out and say that. If you're Dame Dollar, just say, I don't think Chauncey Billups got the chops. We should have got somebody else up in here who has more experience. I don't think this is the guy that I want out.
First of all, I don't think Dame Dollar cares too much whether it's Chauncey Billups or Chauncey Randolph or
Randolph.
You know what I'm saying?
Or Chauncey Black from Black Street.
Chauncey Black, right? Skinny Black. I don't think he
cares.
Black, whoever. He don't care. Listen, he understands the situation that he's in. He pretty much just signed a contract and he's stuck there. And there's got to be a lot of finesse and a lot of finagling. I would love to say, hey, let's give these people, put them on the Bulls and still keep, Zach LaVine and a couple of other guys. Most teams aren't going to do that. So he wants to get out. And he may use Chauncey Billups as that straw to try to force his way out. But in the end, in the result, it doesn't matter who's there. If he wants out, he wants out. It doesn't matter who this coach is or that coach. The writing was on the wall right after they lost in the playoffs that he might be talking about getting out of there. Long before they even started talking about new coaching and new this and new that, he was already making that rumble.
Okay, so we found out that Terry Stotts sucks as a coach. We found that out for years of going through it. But is it too early to say that maybe also Becky Hammon sucked as a head coach too? Maybe.
Whoa, sir! You keep it clean there, sir.
Oh, I'm just saying we're on the same line of suckage when we talk about bad coaching.
Come on.
Maybe Portland said, "Hey, this is not the head coach for us." Since that's the thing. Now everybody wants to throw out, well, how can you get a rapist that wasn't accused of rape, but you had a female? You have a female who is a head candidate, and you didn't hire her just because she's a female, or is it because maybe she wasn't good at the interview process? Or was it maybe that the president, the GM, has a standing relationship with Chauncey Billups? I don't know.
But the Chauncey Billups situation was about he was having amorous activities with a teammate's girlfriend. And they settled it out of court, but two players had to settle it out of court with her. So was this somebody trying to save face? And they ended up taking care of it civilly so that it wasn't going to come back and bite them in the behind or whatever the situation was. The problem is that in 1997 this occurred. This thing has been settled. It doesn't really matter anymore at this point, because all parties involved said that they're good with it. So we can't keep continually have revisionist history and go back and keep prosecuting somebody for the same crime over and over again, even if there was a crime. We don't know that. Now, we know that being a head coach in the NBA is one of the hardest things to be able to do because you are limited. And if you are in the bottom 10 of the NBA in coaches, you are a bad coach and you're looking to be removed. So you only got about 20 to 21 coaches in the NBA that are good from year to year. Beyond that, all the rest of the guys below that are getting cycled in. Chauncey Billups, is he getting a shot? Possibly. But the issue is right now, has anybody, who else were they going to get? Who else? Well, Carlisle was gone. Who else were they going to get?
Well, you're right. But I didn't look at it as, okay, we're going to go with this person over that person simply because of this. I looked at it like, just call it how it is. Chauncey Billups has championship experience. And we're talking about a team that we think, some people think, should be in championship contention. But you have nobody there to push them to say, hey, I have won a championship. I went through this. I kind of endured that. I slayed the Goliath, i.e. that Lakers team that nobody thought they could win. Chauncey did that. And he may have the know-how to do that in today's NBA as well. So I didn't look at it saying, okay, this guy is this or that. I looked at specifically saying he may have the knowledge, the know-how to go up against some of these people who are definite shoo-ins, and I got to get these certain guys just over that little bit of hump. That's how I saw it.
I read an interesting stat that said Chauncey Billups is the only player that we know of actively that's in the NBA that has a winning record against Kobe Bryant, winning record against LeBron James, and a winning record against Michael Jordan. So let's put that in your peace pipe and smoke it and see where that goes. But
we talk about a winning record against the Washington Wizard, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I'll take it however I get it.
I mean, come on.
It was Michael Jordan. You came out there, you laced him up, put those suede shoes on and thought that you were going to come out here and do some work, but you didn't. And now I got you. Don't worry about it. It's in the record books. It's history. But let's talk about some more history. Let's talk about more history, because Rich Sizzle, you and I had tussled earlier, and I still hold the cards that say you should not award all these nice titles and all these awards to people till you get to the end, when you get to the end of the season. Now you look at a Tom Thibodeau sitting at home who's Thibodeauing, and now you look at a wonderful Suns team that's going to the playoffs the first time since 1993, 28 years. Now you've got a basketball champion headed, and you got Monty Williams sitting there. And you know who might be coming next? The next opponent might be the Atlanta Hawks. Gentlemen, can we say that now the two best coaching jobs that we have seen in the NBA this year, and maybe last year also, would be Nate McMillan, who took a team that was headed nowhere but being able to beat the Bulls voraciously, and take them almost, we're almost at the Eastern Conference. I'm 50-50 on this. You got Nate McMillan, Monty Williams on the other side. Are we talking about the best two coaches in the NBA right now?
What was the had the Suns been to the NBA, have been to the playoffs in the last decade?
It's been a while.
Dude, they haven't been there since Barkley took them there with Jordan. That's how long it's been.
Well, no.
So how?
Yeah, he took them to the Western Conference Finals. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So how long has Monty Williams been there?
2 years?
Not long.
Second year. Yeah.
So you can look at it from that standpoint, that and plus that influence of Chris Paul coming in, that was the right synergy to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? You got the right group of players. And that also shows, too, how being bad for a while, if you're a smart GM, you can actually get some pieces around and start making a cohesive ball club. Chicago Bulls, take note of what you need to do. So, yeah, I think I believe that this coaching job, I'm going to tell you how great this coaching job was on the Suns. And I know we're going to talk about this later on, but when a certain player committed a heinous, cheap shot, you saw none of the Suns go and attack him. That means they believe in what their head coach was preaching about keeping your cool. And so that showed you right there that he has control of this ball club. So to your point, I think we saw a Monty Williams who has been fantastic this year. Now, back to your previous point about we have to wait to the end of the year for the coaches. I don't believe so. I think it's a regular season award, because if that's the case, you got a lot of teams who will never get to the playoffs, who are not going to get there, and then those coaches don't have an opportunity to win Coach of the Year. So that's my take on that.
Well, let's take it then a step further. So we're getting ready to head into a Eastern Conference final game where your leading scorers on both sides may not be available. We did see that the Batman who Kendrick Perkins said was Batman did not show up, not even to become Nightwing. He wasn't even Damian he wasn't even Damian Wayne. He was Inconsequential Man. That was the name for Chris Middleton. So, gentlemen, do we see?
He was handyman.
Yes. Do we see a possibility? And again, that stat holds true. In a 2-2 tie, the person that wins game 5, normally 80% or greater, wins the series. Do we see a possibility that the Bucks can get knocked off by the Atlanta Hawks?
Yes, absolutely. Listen, I don't know if you guys are watching game 4, like I was watching game 4. It didn't matter that Giannis went down. They were going to lose that game. They Trae Young-less Atlanta Hawks took control of that game from the beginning, stopped Giannis in his tracks or whatever he was doing, got in Middleton's head or whatever he was doing. He had a horrible night. I don't know. Maybe the Bucks just had a horrible night or maybe Atlanta figured something out, as they have figured out teams all through the playoffs. They have done that all through, have gotten here. If you look at their roster and you just focus on Trae Young, of course, I know, but you look down the list, they have a deep team fitted with pieces. Trae Young goes down, okay. We still got to score on Lou Williams. You know, maybe he doesn't have the Lou Williams that we know, but he's still got a little bit left in the tank, and I digress. They have a deep team. They have players that can step up. Who is going to step up with a Giannis, even if, let's just say, he comes to the floor and plays today? He's not going to be 100%. So who's going to step up?
Can I jump in on that with you, Rich?
Sure thing.
Should he come to the floor? Should he come to the floor? If he shows up, should they allow Giannis on the floor?
Yes. He's the leader
After
of
what?
the team. Absolutely. If he says, hey,
But are we being Kevin Durant now? Are we running him out there like the Warriors, like they ran Kevin Durant out there and he got injured again?
I side with Shaquille O'Neal when he said, look, these guys are making hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. This is potentially a once in a lifetime shot for you, you know, in obtaining your basketball goal of all time. If this is your shot, you feel like this is what you have to do, you go out there, you take the risk, you understand the risk. I mean, it is what it is. Nobody pressures you. But if you want to step out there and say, I can do it, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah. It seems like a war of attrition right now. It seems like whoever is the battle of the fittest right now. So, yes, you had a little knee bump, and Clint Capella may not play either. But I will say Bogdan Bogdanovic had a wonderful game. I refuse to call him Bogey. But those type of players, Rich, to your example, they have brought in with the other players that they've had there. They have a deep squad and they have a deep bench. So it could be problems for Milwaukee and their little merry man band of 9 players.
I want to say this, for a short stretch, the Hawks actually played better without Trae Young. And listen to me before I'm saying now, before I get thrown off the side of the building. Mm-hmm. You saw Uncle Lou actually be able to spread the wealth out and guys start hunting shots. You saw Kevin Huerter hunt shots. These guys had the green light to let it go. They weren't standing around looking at Trae Young like he was a globetrotter, because that's what you see a lot of time. He's a ball-dominant guard. He's going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to dance. He's going to do all these things. If he has a ball in his hands with 8 seconds left to go, you might as well go sit down and drink some Gatorade, because he's going to go put it up. But what you saw now, that the ball had to move, and it moved impressively, and you saw Lou Williams. For a hot minute, he found the fountain of youth. I don't know if he went to a CBD shop. I'm not sure exactly what he did, but he got an extra massage from somewhere. But you saw spurts of Lou Williams. Hey, I'm just working it in as I can now. But you saw a guy.
You just can't do it.
Really giving it his all. You know what I'm saying?
And ladies and gentlemen, let us be the first to say that new sponsorship from Deshaun Watson's Rub Down Clinic will be coming to a city near you. Hey, big shout out to Calvin Johnson, though. I didn't know he started a marijuana business. And obviously, that's the thing to do. If you're an athlete and you don't have something to do, start a cannabis business, because it is popping. Ask Al Harrington. He just said the other day on NBA radio that he is more popular now, being a cannabis owner of, I think, about 10 years now. They celebrated 10 years than he was as a player. So can you get high on your own supply if you don't own a cannabis shop?
Why not? Why not?
It's your supply, yeah.
Man,
if you're making a profit, why not?
Man, all you got to do next door is open up a candy shop, man, and just have all the flavored Doritos right next door.
I'm telling you right now.
You're gonna tell me, like, as a business owner, like you're a restaurant owner, right? And you had a great day at work, great sales, and you didn't decide to open up your own dessert cake or pie and have it. I'm just saying, why not?
Yeah. You know, hey, I'm telling you, man. Whatever flavor Dorito you got, I'd have it.
Yeah.
You know? But
Business is
yeah.
popping. I think Derrick Rose should probably start an adult novelty store too. But that's
hold on
another
now.
topic. Oh,
it's called a cell phone, sir.
I'm just saying. So we got a lot of smoking, pulling, pushing, but we had a big push. We had the push of all time, Jack. We had Patrick Beverley who said, "I'm out." Jay Crowder said, "We knew we had him. We knew we had him right there when he pushed him, and we just stood there."
It was over.
It was over.
It was over then. But here's the question, right? All right, what did CP3 say what did he say to him to make him snap like that? Because I didn't know CP3 was a ventriloquist. I didn't know that.
He said something. I don't know what it was. You could see they walked past. He said something. It was definitely un-Chicago-ish because whatever he said was not allowed in Chicago to be said. Because that just took
Patrick Beverley was not having it.
Right. He can't.
He's like, hey, I'm from Chicago, man. You don't talk to me like that.
Man, do you know who I am? And that's exactly what it looked like. What, man? Dude, whatever CP3
he said, "Hey, man, you know your wife tastes like honey and oats."
Yeah, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. What a certain quarterback in Tampa said to the Honey Badger that his feelings is still hurt.
Well, Carmelo was hurt for years. I mean, it took Carmelo a long time to get back on track. And I don't know if he was really talking about his wife or a side piece, but that's for another day. That's a whole different.
Do you know how bad your feelings got to be hurt to run up behind somebody and push somebody in the back like they're a 5-year-old? Yes. I mean, that's what you
in front of their whole team. Now, I heard you, Rich. Can't like Frank Kaminsky. I mean, you got a player who's not going to He's not going to play. Can't you just sucker punch him real quick? Just like, whoop, give him that 2 feet.
You can, but come on. You think Frank Kaminsky gonna do that? Come on.
And mess up my check?
Listen, I said it before. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. You don't try to fight people. There's 2 types of people you don't want to fight.
Okay.
You don't want to fight the person who has less to lose than you.
All right.
You don't want to fight the person that no matter how hard you punch them, no matter how you disfigure them, they still gonna be ugly. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how hard you hit Patrick Beverley, it ain't gonna mess up his face. So what is the point?
And I'm going to say this now. I think Patrick Beverley is a real tough guy. I mean, he plays dirty, but I think he's a tough guy. And I think if you haul off and crack Patrick Beverley, I think he might just turn around and look at you. You know what I'm saying? and then it's going to be on. Because he's from Chicago. You know how we do.
You're not going to bruise him. I'm like, there's no point.
Yeah.
You're not going to see it, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be on. And now you're looking over your shoulder because you know he's going to show up. At some point in time, he's going to show up at your spot.
He'll be like,
you know what I'm saying?
As soon as these refs are out of the way, I got you, fam.
Yeah.
But
ain't going to be no...
To Frank Kaminsky's point, he did put hands on him. He did shove him away and said, "How dare you do that?" Well, I mean, he's like 7'11". He reached over and was like, "Stop it! Stop your foolishness!"
Nobody put Biggie in the corner.
Yeah, they put him in there. He's like, "Stop it!"
Hey. CP3 is not the most beloved person in the NBA. Okay. So I'm sure he has badmouthed these guys on the practice court at one point in time, and someone probably said, he probably deserved that. I'm glad he pushed it. Because I've been wanting to do that myself. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate that, man. Peace out.
A text from LeBron was like, "Do it now. Do it now. How dare you, you banana boat rider, you cannot.
Wow.
You can't have a league without me."
Are you guys Star Wars fans?
Yeah,
I like them.
Yeah, somebody definitely called in and said, "Execute Order 66."
Oh, that's what we're gonna call it now. Yeah, that's what
he's a Manchurian candidate.
Now we understand Clint Capella. Now we understand Clint Capella was sent out there to knock knees with Giannis and disrupt the whole flow. Now
Hey, can we go? Can we talk about that for about 37 seconds? Okay,
yeah, let's do it.
Is that not the most? Was that the most gruesome, non-debilitating injury that you've ever seen? I mean, that leg was going everywhere but straight, and
it was like, his face. I was like, did he get killed? He was like, ah.
I thought they were going to come out and amputate right there on the ground right there. They're going to come out and just like a med unit in Vietnam. It was
really slow motion watching him crumble down to the ground. It was like watching a tree fall into the ground and just got cut down. It's like,
yeah, it was like watching an assassinated Chewie, because that's what he was like.
Right. I jumped off my couch in slow motion, because you know I can't jump off the couch, and start running. Oh, it was so bad. And then he just comes sashaying back up in there again like he was all good. Man, come on, man.
And then he looked up at the scoreboard and was like, "Oh no,
I know, I'm going now. We out. But here's the funny part about it, though, right? That's when you saw. That's when you saw. They go, oh, Giannis is down. Now y'all really don't want none, and they start clowning. They start fast breaking. They started hitting wide open 3-pointers. They was talking mad trash. I'm like, man, it was like, we got him now.
Look,
it was
that
ugly.
Game was over anyway.
Yeah,
it was over anyway.
And so is this one. This is going. I think this is going to be quick and merciful, because even if Giannis can go, he's not going to be Giannis like we're used to. He's going to be 70% Giannis, and his game is bully ball and being just one of the greatest physical specimens we've ever seen play in the NBA. He's right up there with LeBron, I think, with just physical ability. I mean, quickness, speed. He's that guy, and I think he's not that guy, and he's limited to his movement. I think that just takes away from a huge part of his game, because we know he can't shoot. How many air balls did he shoot the other night? Like 4?
A lot.
Like plenty, plenty.
I mean, he probably shot more air balls in that game than Steph Curry has his entire career.
He was just jacking them up. He was building condom. Actually, it's too early for a condominium joke. I can't put that in there yet. But it was just bad. I stopped myself because it's just that's bad down there.
I would say this though. I think, in my opinion, if Trae Young goes, Giannis is going to go. Wherever Trae Young,
I don't.
Bench, Giannis will be on the bench. If Trae Young plays, Giannis is going to play.
I think Trae Young is going to come out. I don't think Giannis can go. I think that's the issue. I think something like that. Like I mean, he might have great recuperative powers, but I don't. You twitch that leg around like that, and now it's had a chance to swell up and ice up and swell up some more. He's not going to be Giannis. So even if he runs out there, he's still 70%.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's still not going to be.
Yeah. I'm not saying
he should do the Willis Reed.
He's probably going to be like Giannis.
No, he should be Willis Reed. Just come out there and just give him 55.
What I think is that I think
hot wings.
Giannis can't go near full speed. Mm-hmm. He probably shouldn't go. Because now these guys can't. Because I think if they see Giannis go out there and give it the old college try, and all of a sudden he's off the court halfway through the first quarter, I think then now the Bucks know that we're done. I think they got to come in right from the beginning. Milton's got to come in here. Milton needs to give him 40 to win. So he needs to go out here and be that guy. Tucker needs to go out here and be that guy. They need to make that happen right from the beginning. I think if Giannis goes out there and he's got 3 points going into the half. Because if he can't drive the basketball, he ain't gonna be able to score.
Let me ask this before we get ready to go.
Yeah.
Do any of the Bucks have nicknames? Like we have PG3, you got PG and Paul George, which I call him Pajama George now. He's not playoff George anymore. He's Pajama George. So
he gave you 41. He gave you 41 the other night. What do you want?
That was the other night. What did he give you the other night? They lost. He gave you.
Oh, you're asking for too much now.
No, okay.
Look, he already told you.
Well,
Kawhi wasn't there.
Yeah.
Giannis's nickname is the Greek Freak.
That just doesn't sound. It sounds like a really good salad at a like pop-up restaurant. I don't. The Greek Freak doesn't move me. But does anybody else on that team have any kind of nickname? No nickname to the game. Nobody.
Bobby Undercut Portis.
Bobby Two-Piece Portis. Listen, Bobby Two-Piece Portis coming to the Chicago Bulls next season. Book it.
Giving him the business.
Bobby Portis will be your starting power forward for the Chicago Bulls.
Drew, my favorite holiday is summer because we're on summer break holiday.
Wow, that's for you. You went for that one.
Yeah.
I read.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Rich. Give him the business, baby.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's the Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the hottest talk in sports. And listen, if you have not liked, subscribed, and shared, please feel free to do so. You can find us anytime at Iron Skillet Sports. Make sure that you hit the notification button so that you're getting new content as we release it. It's hot, it's fresh, it's on time. That's right. You can find us on Iron Skillet Television here on YouTube, or you can find us on Iron Skillet Radio, which is in any podcast form that you look for. So if you go to Spotify, if you go to Apple, if you go to Google, if you go right now, you can find us at Anchor. You can always find Iron Skillet Sports. We present the hottest hot talk. This is so hot, you have to say it twice because it's so nice. I'm telling you, this is hot talk. You know who's in the building. Jay Sizzle, Rich Sizzle, and I am G Sizzle. And we are getting ready to get out of here. And we're not blowing up any buildings. We're just going to tell you to get some pudding pie, watch the game, and be happy because we're going to watch a wonderful game. Guess who's back, baby? You know.
Oh, did you hear the first woman who came to do a report on him had to meet him in his bedroom? They set up the interview in the bedroom. Hey. Oh, he just ain't giving up, bro. I'm out now.
This is the Sizzle, and we will see you on the other side.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports.